Ek is Christelin Celia en ja, ek is 'n mamma. Ek is getroud. Ek het een seentjie en nog een op pad. Weet nog nie waar dit is nie. Ja, en ek werk nou al 10 jaar vir Netcare. Ek bly in Brackenfell en ja, ons is baie gelukkig waar ons nou is. At first, I wasn't interested in nursing at all. I actually worked as an educare assistant teacher. That's where I started to work, and I actually started to fall in love with kids. I I knew that wasn't set out to be the goal for me. So then I enrolled with Netcare. I knew my mom knows somebody who I can speak to. So I did an NEDP course by them, and in that year I did very well. So they enrolled me as a first year student, and yeah, I became a Netcare friends now, a student. At first, it was very, very hard. The second week, I cried a lot. I told my mother, this is not what I want to do. The long hours, your feet was aching. The sisters that time, they were very rude. You had to carry bedpans. And then she just told me, you must push through because the bad is only gonna last a few more months and then it will get better. And then I just continued, and I actually started to enjoy nursing. Especially when we started to do medication, wounds, all the tricky stuff. Greeting patients, yeah, starting the morning with breakfast, opening the curtains, doing the bedding, clean bedding, um, yeah, waiting for breakfast, then dish out tablets, do wounds, and then basically it's lunch again, and then antibiotics, mixing of antibiotics, hanging antibiotics, taking patients from ICU to the ward, vice versa. um, yeah, hopefully we get lunch between 1 and 3 in the afternoons. It depends on how busy the ward is. Afternoons, it's a bit quieter, so then we have visitors. We did find that if the patient's family members is there more often, it makes them feel better and the healing process is much more better for them. Sometimes it's a bit busy for us as nurses. You don't want to chase the people out, but if you want to do something, then it's like, okay, please go out now. I need to work. But yeah, it actually helps the patient. So yeah. And then at night for a sister, it's basically just before we knock off around about 5 o'clock in the evenings. We are two sisters that counts the drugs and check that the drugs is correct. And then we wait for the night shift of course 6 quarter to 7 we start to hand over. So we work 2 days on and then 2 days off, and then we work 3 days and then again 2 days off. I think for nurses as a whole, I think the one important thing for us is just a thank you. That is what you want to hear. You don't want hugs, you don't want chocolates, you don't. Yes, we do appreciate it, and but you feel so satisfied when you know the patient is going out, and just that thank you, it feels like you did something for them. You were a part in making them feel better. You were part in the healing process. To lose a patient is never easy. That the first patient you always remember. I can still remember the color of the toenails, the red, the red polish. I think that will always stick with you forever. The first patient that you lose, that's not nice. And obviously the happy moments. If you have a patient that's been there for a month, especially COVID time, when we had patients there for a month, 2 months, then you thought, okay, this one is gonna not make it today, or this one's gonna die, and then all of a sudden you see the patient the next morning and then he looks much better. I think that was the most challenging part in my career. Long hours. So then your shifts, they didn't only stay 2 days on and 3 days off. Then you started working 5 days, 12-hour shifts, because your colleagues got sick and they were also, risk patients. So you have colleagues that has cancer, you have colleagues that have high blood pressure, diabetes. So they were not allowed to work with patients that have COVID. You feel so obligated to do that, because who's gonna stay behind or who's gonna do the job? So I think the hours were very challenging. You just stand up in the morning, you go to work, because that is what you want to do. You want to save that people, you want to make them better, and then you go home, and then it's like a course that repeats itself. Death was just like, it's another patient dying. Okay, you have to deal with it. You can't cry now with the family. Yes, you feel how they feel, but you have to go on, because there's another patient that's critical, there's another patient that's sick. You need to just basically switch off and continue. And I think that is one harsh thing about nursing. Like, you don't get a chance to switch off and go on. You have to deal with what you have now. You lost so many, but at the end of the day you saved so many.